many people do you feed every year?
Well, every single month we have about 10,000 people who come to the food bank, but they don't just come once a month. When we count all of the breakfast clubs and the other programs that they may go to, those 10,000 people are coming 60,000 times every single month. So when you multiply that out by 12 months, that's a lot of visits every single year. So when we do it by meals, it's 2.5 million meals every single year.
Okay, that's a lot.
What happens essentially is that the bulk of our food would come in through this dock. And our food's either donated by grocery stores, by food manufacturers, by folks who just make a donation and drop it off the grocery store or fire hall. All those different kinds of ways the food comes in. And then it goes into our warehouse, and about a third of our food is fresh foods. It either goes into our fridge and freezer, or it comes over here to be sorted. So I'll show you how big the fridge and freezer are. So the food bank, people often think it's just going to be like cans and boxes and pasta and soup and things like that. But we actually distribute fresh fruit and vegetables, meat, milk, dairy, all those kind of products that your family would buy at the grocery store. So here we have, this is all apples. So you can see it's super full right now, which is great for us. So we have all the milk in here. So we actually purchase our milk. So we get about 600 liters a week donated by the Milk Board of Ontario. And then we purchase another 600 liters a week to distribute out. And even still, that's only 1 liter of milk per family per visit. It's not a lot of milk if you think about how much milk you might drink at home. Then also in here we have apples, carrots, potatoes, onions. We started a new program this year buying carrots, potatoes, and onions because they're a food that lots of cultures would eat. They last a long time and you don't have to keep them in the fridge. And so we've just started purchasing those as well to get more fresh fruit and vegetables available. Well, I always appreciate when people want to know what's the best item to donate to the food bank, because we want to make sure that we have the best food available for families who need it. So what I always encourage people to think about is whatever is the nutritious food that you eat at home, those are the kind of nutritious foods that we need at the food bank. But if you want specifics, we would have the canned fish and meat, so tuna or things like that in a can, canned fruit, canned vegetables, beans, rice, and peanut butter, because it's a great source of protein. So you'll notice on all of our boxes and on the pallets we have these barcodes on all of the boxes. So we use a digital inventory system to keep track of how many cases of pasta do we have, how many cases of each different product, so that the guys in the warehouse can say to me, hey Megan, right now we're running out of canned fruit. Can you make sure to tell the public we need more canned fruit?
So how do you handle all the incoming food donations to the food drive?
Wow, that's a tough question. So you asked me how do we handle all the incoming food. So we have food coming in all day and night from our trucks across the city, and it's coming in and it's going through a sorting process. So it comes in usually unsorted, it's a mess. And so over here to my right, they're inspecting the food, making sure it's not broken or damaged. They're checking the date of the food to make sure the date is good on the food. And then they're processing the food. If the food's bad, we have to throw it away. Or if it's broken, we throw it away. Or if it's expired, we throw it away. Other than that, it gets sorted into the process here. It goes into our inventory system, and they get shipped out. So that's mainly what we do here. Is all the food comes in from all over Canada, from all over Ontario, from all over Mississauga. And we're processing the food into these boxes here, and then we're shipping it out across Mississauga. So that's mainly what goes on back here is food sorting. It's where all of our volunteers are today. They're sorting food.
How many people come to volunteer each year?
Wow, that's a tough question. So we have 5,000 volunteers registered in our computer system, and so we can call these 5,000 volunteers anytime during the year. So during the day, we have 10 volunteers in the morning. And we have 10 in the afternoon, and on Wednesdays tonight we have 10 more in the evening. So any given day we have 30 volunteers here. Some come every single week, some only come once. So I would say we have 5,000 volunteers at the Mississauga Food Bank.
Whoa, that's a lot.
It's a lot. We need a lot of volunteers. On Wednesday nights we let children come into the food bank, the volunteers. So every Wednesday night we have hockey teams and soccer teams and scouts and schools in. And so you're more than welcome to come on a Wednesday night. Other times we have special events like parades and summer events where kids can come in. But otherwise you've got to be over 18. So if you're over 18 you can come volunteer anytime. If you're age 16 to 18 you need to have a special permission.
usually when I come, I prefer doing the cereal and sorting it into different boxes, because some of the schools, they order weekly, 1 box per school. So if you say sort 12 boxes, that's 12 schools you've helped right there. So I like doing the cereal. Yeah.
How did you get your job as a volunteer?
Well, my parents looked into the food bank and they saw the opportunity to help some people in need. So I decided to go, and so did my sister, and we began to like it. And it was just fun overall.
Sure that all needy people in the community get all the food that they need.
Well, it's a great question. I mean, we're never sure we're getting it to everybody who needs food, so we try to have as many food banks and food programs across Mississauga, and we try to advertise using social media and the newspaper, any way we can to tell people if they need help or if they're hungry, they can come get help at one of the food banks in Mississauga. So we do the best we can to connect people who are hungry with our food programs. But I'm not sure if we're always getting 100% of them. We try to do the best job we can.
Well, advertising is something that's hard for us because unlike a big company that has huge budgets and is working to make a profit, we don't always have the same big budgets as they do. So we have to learn how to be creative, get our message out, and do it in a way that doesn't cost very much. So for us, it's been great to be able to gather a following on social media, on Facebook and on Twitter, to have a great website. And this year, for the first time, we did some advertising on buses. So you may have seen our buses driving around Mississauga with an ad on the back of them. If you haven't yet, they're going to be out till the end of the month, so you should watch for them. It has a picture of some boys with some empty plates, and it says how you can make a donation to the food bank.
Do you have a goal for food for next year?
So we currently are in our holiday food drive. It's a really busy time of year. We have 2 goals right now. One is to bring in 225,000 pounds of food. So that's a lot of food. That's over 100. I mean, that's a lot of food, right? It's like 100 tons of food. And we want to raise $300,000. So this is our busiest time of year for food and for fun. So those are our goals right now. Very big goals.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.